It's 10:31.
Hey.
Hello.
We are live. It has started. Let's get it popping.
Oh my gosh, it worked so quick today.
Yeah, they changed it. For the good?
I hope so.
The view over here is really good too. What is going on?
Well, it's
They
probably
changed
just
it.
us.
Whatever.
They be changing it.
And welcome to Movie Phone. All right. Guys, it's fall. I don't know what the official day of fall is, but
Next
it
week, I
feels
think.
like fall. Doesn't it feel so good outside?
What's up, Kyle?
Man, it feels good.
I do enjoy that.
Yes, I am totally digging the weather. I walked out this morning and I was like, whew, I'm cold. Like, I'm cold. All right.
It's only a matter before you're complaining about that.
100%. Give it 2 weeks and it will be like,
Cold.
yeah, because this is nice. The weather outside right now, it's beautiful. You know, like it kind of smells wintry. You know what I mean? Like in the morning, it smells different. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't pay attention to that.
I can smell the fall. I can smell the pumpkin spice.
Now that I pay attention to.
Man, everybody's just, I got my pumpkin coffee.
I'm gonna make those bars. I'm literally gonna go back. I think this is the first Instagram recipe I'm actually gonna make. These pumpkin bars that I saw, these pumpkin protein bars. Yeah, I'm fitting that in.
Yeah. I mean, pumpkin everything.
Oh yeah.
The thing I'm sad about is the daylight savings.
I hate that.
It is such a bummer.
I like that
Not
too.
a fan.
I know, you're so weird. I don't understand that.
I love
I
it.
hate
Why do you like that?
I like everything.
Now
I like
feel
everything.
Like I leave here even
But the
later.
days are so short.
They're still great days.
They're great days. They're just short days.
They're just different.
Yeah, I like the sun. It makes me happy.
They're just different.
It is different.
But they're good. They have their own pluses to it. It always feels like everything's happening earlier. In the summer, you're like, when's everything going to happen? In the fall, though, when it starts getting dark, you're like,
Yeah,
things are
it
starting to
starts
pop right now. I just feel like it's like nighttime, and you're like, we're going to pop it? It's going to get a little popping? That's what I feel about the fall.
I feel like I leave work and I come to work and it's dark, and I leave work and it's dark, and I'm like, dang it.
I
Like,
wish I liked haunted houses. Man, this is the season.
yeah, I'm not really
I'm
into
so
that.
scared. I don't mess with that. I swear I will literally punch someone like if they get in front of my face.
I believe that.
I 100% have.
I believe that you would physically injure someone in a haunted house and probably go to jail or something.
No, I would run.
You're going to jail this
The
year.
cops are not getting me.
Here we go. Next event, gym, gym
Emily,
event.
go
Yeah,
No,
bail,
we were
bail
very
Emily
close.
out of jail.
Let's rewind and go back in time. But first, hey, welcome to Freestyle Friday. My name is Kadimah. I'm one of the hosts.
And I'm Casey. Sorry for cutting you off there. Got
Yeah,
excited.
great job. We were this close to hosting a haunted house. We had it all planned out. We had a guy coming to set it up.
I forgot
We were
about
this close,
this.
and we didn't because what we found out was that there was just not enough traction. We tried getting some things going.
You were
and we
super hyped up about
we
this.
were
and
so jacked up on Mountain Dew for this.
I was a little worried.
Hosting it sounds like fun. Being in it sounds terrible.
But it was
Being
awesome.
in it as a
like-
participant would be really fun.
We had a really good plan, and because of the guy that was hosting, he was like a haunted house phenom. Still is a haunted house phenom. And we had all these plans, but it was just not enough advertising. We just didn't do enough on the front end to really get people's attention for it. That would have been epic, though.
Yeah, I mean,
And we didn't really. What we really was it was we didn't have as much help either.
We did not have as much help. It was going to be
It was basically going to be us.
It was going to be us, like basically completely changing this whole thing, and then getting our members to to like be people that
Yeah.
scared,
Yeah.
scared the people.
Yeah.
We need people to scare people.
Yeah, but it was awesome.
I totally forgot about that.
Go on YouTube and look up the world's scariest.
I've
haunted
already
houses.
looked it up.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's like it's not a haunted house. It's like torture.
It's an
Yeah,
experience for like
whenever-
72 hours or something.
Yeah, and it's literally like crazy.
Oh, I don't need any of that in my mentality. I'm good, thank you.
I've showed
I-
you this before.
I
I've shown
like
you
to
before.
I like to be a little more pleasant in my thoughts. I'm good.
That'll scar you for sure for life.
Yeah, we have all kinds of people on the IG, and we've got a couple on Instagram. If you are with us, shout out, say what's up. We
What
want to
up,
know
TJ?
you're here.
What up, TJ?
Oh, snap.
Well, I can't wait to see you on Monday.
What's
So
up,
let's
Ace
get
of
it poppin'.
Diamonds?
That's a dope name.
All right.
Yeah, we got
So
everybody on here.
let's get going.
Yeah.
Well, so we were talking about fall, seasons
Yes.
of change, and we're going to be talking about seasons of change here. That means cooler weather, pumpkin everything, leaves everywhere, time changing. We kind of re-introed all of that stuff. So let's
Yeah.
talk about this some more.
Yeah, so I really want to talk about sweater weather mentality. And it's so funny because I literally was like, well, this is me. I have to have this conversation with myself. So I may as well have it with you guys as well. Just because it is about to get cold and we are about to all start wearing sweatshirts does not mean that we are now free to eat and do whatever we want. Okay.
But you are free to go to the fair and at least eat at least one corn dog and at least one other fried entree and at least eat the favorite.
When is the fair?
It's today. It starts today, I think.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
With big text and everything?
Yeah.
The fair, the Texas State Fair. How
Yeah.
did I not know this?
Well, people have been telling me all morning.
Oh. Well, shoot. I should probably go. Well, minus that day. Look how easy it is, though. For real. For real. It's that easy. That's real life. What just happened.
Your dad's
Absolutely.
cooking freaking pumpkin bread and watching Hey Week Old Puppy. I feel like
Mm.
that's what I should be doing.
And that pumpkin bread he makes is off the chain.
So here is the problem with the season. This.
Fat.
It's the food, man. The food is just like, and you're like, well, I'm
It's
just
so
going to
good.
wear these
It's
baggy
going ham, but
clothes.
literally ham.
There's more bodybuilding shows.
Yeah,
There's
we
more
got
bodybuilding
Thanksgiving.
show and the hardest thing- and the hardest
Thanksgiving
thing.
coming up. It's honestly, I feel like you're gonna have a pretty. I don't want to say pretty easy time but I think that
Pretty easy time.
if you
Pretty
are
easy time.
listen,
Don't even say easy.
if you
Don't
are,
even put that in your mouth.
if you are 100% disciplined, like when we did 75 hard, okay, if you are not having any deviation, for me, I'll speak, it's easier to live like that than to try to be like,
Fit some
well,
food.
I'm going to just have this, because then I'm like, screw it, I already had that, may as well have this. I start slashing tires. And it's like, oh, well, there's this party next week. I know I'm going to eat that. Oh, this thing came up with the school. I'm going to have that. And then, oh, dad's cooking pumpkin bread. I basically can't go over to their house because there's always something over there.
always
You guys
make
are
something.
terrible influences.
Whatever.
But it's super easy to just kind of like start letting things slide a little more and a little more and a little more. So it's funny because all this, like people bringing cake up to the gym. Please stop doing that. But it was delicious.
Always keep bringing cookies.
Yeah, I mean, like it is hard, there's stuff at work, there's stuff at home. You go to a party, you go anywhere, it's all food related. You go to the fair, it's all food related. So I think just having a kind of a realistic expectation. Maybe you set some realistic expectations about, at the Christmas party or at Thanksgiving, or, there's some certain like hard dates that you're like, okay, this is going to be obviously a day that I go ham, or eat ham, whatever, or cornbread. I mean, I have cornbread that I would really wanted to make, but after this talk, I don't know if I'll make it or not. Maybe I'll just give it to Chelsea Lively. I don't know.
Well, I think the other thing about that is because it's sweater weather and things are going to change, you need to also adapt with that change. That means whatever your non-negotiables were during summer and through that, like whenever your workout time was going to be, maybe it shifts a little bit because, school and all that stuff, and you're still trying to adapt to that. Or if you like to traditionally work outside but you hate the cold, you're going to have to shift some stuff around, right? Because it's coming.
Yeah.
And what you don't want it to do is you didn't plan for it, so you're completely off the wagon, and now you're not doing anything towards that. So I would be thinking about those kind of things. Typically, you can use this weather for your advantage. I wouldn't say in particularly anyone likes to be quote unquote cold. Now, there is some things that I do like about this weather, but that's just because I like to suffer, admittedly. I like the cold weather running. I like it when it's frosty and icy and almost sleety outside where I'm not going to slip and fall and snap something, but it's cold and it challenges me to run. I like those conditions. So for me, this time is like, oh, I'm going to get some extra calorie burn. There's not very many people like that. So you need to figure out a best way and best practices for you that you can do to stick to your routine as much as possible. As she was kind of saying before, she was talking about like, being in the dark in the morning and then being in the dark at night, especially if you do have if you get the opportunity to work in the office. Those things can be hard on your mental psyche, especially because of vitamin D. So one thing that I would like to recommend during this time, supplement your diet with some vitamin D. Anywhere from 200 or 2,000 IUs to 5,000 IUs, that's on the lower scale. And the reason why I say that is because that's a safe amount to take without you needing to take a blood test to figure out how much you need. If you're dark complected, I already take 12,000 a day. I'm going to continue that. And since there's going to be less sun, and technically I'll be out less in the sun, I should be fine for that. So that's just something to think about while you're kind of going in the fall.
Yeah, and I think that while it is this like peaceful time, I've already noticed more people out walking their dogs, running. But in Texas, it's kind of like we don't really know when it's going to get cold. But it seemed like last year it stayed warm for a long time,
it didn't
like
get cold very
until Snowmageddon almost.
Absolutely. This time this year, and even this weather, this
Yeah.
has been the least impactful summer I have ever experienced here.
Yeah,
we only
the
had
summer-
6 days and 100 degrees.
Yeah, summer was not bad at all. Which does that mean that winter's going to be?
They say that, but I've
They
never.
say that, but our winter was easy, and then our summer was easy. So
Yeah.
then you can't really.
And we had Snowmageddon.
So they still don't know what they're talking about. Okay, awesome.
Want to be a liar and make a lot of money? Go be a weatherman.
Or a lawyer.
Sorry to all those lawyers.
Or weatherman.
All right. Sorry, guys.
Watching.
Yeah, so use this time before it gets cold and miserable and in those conditions where it's like, I don't even want to walk to my car. Then, unless you're Kadimah, get some extra, exercise outside. Go ride your bike. Take the dog for a walk. This is a perfect time
Yes.
to
Yes.
get outdoors.
Yes.
And it's nice to get outside and see other people. Like walking and exercising. It's kind of like at the very beginning of COVID, whenever everyone was outside.
Yes.
It kind of it reminds me of that because it's nice to see people, man.
Yes, it is.
Wave, smile at them. We sort of need that boost in our community right now. It feels a little bleh. Starting to get back to normal ish, whatever that means. But it does feel normal, right? When you're exercising and, somebody waves at you or smiles at you, says good morning while you're walking or, it's like, oh, yeah.
This is good because this leads right into our next kind of segue of this. And this is just all of these walks and these getting outside is a good way to incorporate what we call LIST cardio, which is low intensity, steady state cardio. Okay. And really all that means is walking or some other type of very low intensity. I found that during my bodybuilding prep that there would be days where I had a little bit more energy and I would push it as hard as possible. And then there would be days where there was definitely no energy at all. And the thing that I could do was put on a vest, and walk. And I just walk for an hour, take a longer route, maybe do something with some hills. And that would be more than enough and plenty enough for the day. Typically, if there was a goal for you to achieve, you don't walk a lot, I would say start with something like 5,000 steps or even 2,500 steps, because 2,500 steps could be up to a 20-minute walk or 30-minute walk a day. If you're getting 5,000 steps, you can do that in the same amount of time. You're just walking faster, right? If you attain 10,000 steps, that's what's been recommended by several physical therapists. The world-renowned Kelly Starrett recommends 10,000 steps a day because that's enough time for the fluid and the joints to get moving. I actually found that because of that, I became more flexible just moving that many steps a day, not really doing any stretching, just getting that much movement.
Does not mean you don't have to stretch.
Doesn't mean you don't have to. It just means that for me,
Let's clarify that.
That's why. Thank you.
Wait, I don't have to stretch anymore?
That definitely helped to to keep things moving, and really, and even between chiropractic visits, he'd be like, "Hey, man, like you're moving really
better.
well." I'm like, "I'm just walking." So,
I'm not
sorry to
crushing my
give up my
body
secret,
every day.
but that'll help because all of these movements that I'm doing with my hands, this is also what we call NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So these little activities and this stuff actually helps you burn calories. So the more that you're being active in these small ways, going upstairs, taking a little bit longer walk into the grocery store and out of the grocery store, adds up over time. So you want to add those kind of things in there. That'll increase your step count per day and make a drastic difference in the long term. You're not going to see it overnight. This isn't 6-minute abs. But if you do this stuff consistently, especially during the winter where it's harder to move sometimes, harder to get out of those warm blankets in the morning,
Fireplace. Ooh, it's so excited
right?
about the fireplace.
Right? All of those things. This is a great way to incorporate some additional exercise so that you don't get that dreaded weight gain, so to speak, from the holidays, or at least you kind of stave it off a little bit anyway. So,
And I think too, not just from a physical standpoint, but for me, walking or getting some long cardio, whether I get to listen to a book, listen to a podcast, listen to my Bible, maybe I walk in silence or do exercise in silence, and maybe I pray. It's some really good quality time with yourself. And you may be feeling different about what you want to utilize that time for. Maybe you walk with a partner and you get to have a conversation. I've noticed whenever I can relate this back to 75 Hard, but Shane, my son, would walk with me sometimes. And, a lot of the time whenever I'm trying to talk to him, not a lot would come out, but we would start walking. We get 15, 20 minutes into the walk and just blah, 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 blah. He just would not shut up. And I'm like, this is a gift, because there's no distraction. There's nothing else to do. So it also became a great bonding time for my child and I. So take that into consideration too.
I think it's also a good time. She mentioned this. I want to add on to what she said. Is it's a good time to reflect as well. So you look at the rest of the year. There's a quarter of the year left. If you're very goal oriented, you set some stuff in that you wanted to accomplish by the beginning of the year. This is a really cool time to reflect. There may have been some stuff on that you're doing now that was not on the list, like truly, and the only example that I have of this, actually there's a couple of us that have examples of this. I'll start with Casey's example. We all had, when I say we, Casey, Jacob, and I all had the goal of running the marathon. We did that, right? We accomplished that goal. Surreal, fun, we get done. We did not stop really choosing essentially momentum. We all kind of went our separate ways in terms of, but we didn't stop working out. We didn't stop our actionable habits and stuff that made us feel good and are regimented there, but we didn't have anything necessarily set in stone. Gave it a couple months and time to reflect. I already kind of knew where I was going afterwards. I just didn't know when I was going to truly start it and etc. But you fast forward to where we are now. She's been contemplating because of just the way that our schedules are hectic. She started doing some competitive training. So you can kind of see some fire kind of being relit there as she's kind of pushing her body to kind of go to places that she hasn't pushed it before, or pushed it in a long while. So it's kind of cool to see her in that direction. She's got some stuff on the calendar that's coming up very soon, November 6th, I believe. And so she's pursuing that. And this is really cool because just because you didn't start the year with this goal, or maybe you started the year with this goal, there's still time to do something, right? And use that as a kind of carryover to help you through this fall time. Man, there's nothing that's more powerful than that, For me, after we got done with the marathon, I was like, all right, I think I'm going to pursue this bodybuilding thing. It took like 2 weeks, got into, wanted to make sure I could still run after we took a week off of running. And then
I'm still trying to see if I can still run.
And then did some couple weeks of running where we were doing 2 times a week. And then I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to do this. So started looking for coaches, found a coach. We started training, right? You go through the summer, which is our craziest time. Nothing looks like it's going to work out. Lord willing, we figured out things at the right time when they needed to be figured out. Went through that. Thought I was never going to do this again. And here I am planning the most. And let me just tell you, people know what my favorite holiday is. and I'm doing
skipping.
something insane and skipping it.
But
That's just
I still need you to cook the turkey.
that's fine. We're planning, and I say we, Kendall and I, Tay, are planning on coming over to your house at some
Well,
point.
I thought you would.
Okay,
I
good.
thought that's where you would be.
Yeah. So we have 3 places.
Like,
We got a tour
whoa.
of places on that day.
Whoa.
Um,
I think everybody's coming over, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So, um,
We're gonna
When-
get sick again, right?
not me. I
It's
cannot.
clear, I was not sick last time. No, I was not.
Yes, you were.
Yeah,
Oh,
you did.
You're always sick.
You-
It was
definitely
because
threw
I
up.
had like
You
ham on
definitely
my,
threw
Just
up.
stop.
I went ham on my first plate. That's what.
Just
it was.
stop. We're already past this. You're sick at every holiday. Every gathering, you're sick.
Like even just cheat meal.
Yeah, you're like,
Emily's like,
stop. I'm never sick. All right. So, but that propelled me into this season of opportunity that I didn't know was aware. And the same thing can happen to you. You open up this door, some success happens, and all of a sudden you're put in a trajectory in a thing that you didn't really know. But this has propelled other areas of my life as well. The more books that I'm reading and all the other stuff that's happening there as well, just from this little seed of, I wanted to try this out and test myself. So it's really cool how this can do. You don't know what impact it's going to make you setting a goal and just seeing it through until you do that. So take this time in the fall to reflect on maybe what the previous part of the year was like, and then do something that'll maybe carry you through the new year, right?
the reflection, though, I think it's important to say that as I've grown through goal setting, I think it's really important to, and maybe it's just because I'm a crock pot and I like to like sit on something for a minute and make sure that that's what I really want, what direction I want to head down, because it's really just a waste of time for me to say, this is my goal, this is what I want, I'm going to do this, I'm not there yet, you know? Like right now I'm like, can my schedule handle this? Can my body handle this? Do I have enough time to do the proper recovery, rehab, stretching, mobility? Do I have like I have to make sure that my goal is actually going to work with my life before I'm like, I'm doing this, which was probably how I would have used to have been. But now it's more from a realistic, I want to create a goal, but I just don't know exactly what that is yet, or if that's possible for my current lifestyle and other priorities that I currently have.
Yeah.
So, if you need help setting a goal, we would love to help you kind of talk through that. There's some different exercises that we could do. If you're kind of on the fence, you're like, I don't know. But it does help to have a goal. It does help to have something that you're chasing, something that you're going for. And speaking of setting goals, we are going to bring back a coach, not in-house, but with this specifically in mind.
Virtually and remotely.
Virtually and remotely. If you guys have
And probably quarterly on site.
Yeah, if you guys have a specific goal, like, you're going to run a marathon, or maybe that sounds crazy because it still does to me. Maybe you want to back squat a certain amount, or maybe you want to just, be a little more toned, to look a little,
Yep.
look a little different. Maybe aesthetically you want something different, or you want pull-ups, or whatever your current goal is. You're going to do a savage race, or whatever your specific thing is that you're like, I want to get there faster. I drank the Kool-Aid. I'm doing class. That's been productive. But there's this extra thing. I want to compete, or I want to do this. You've got this extra little goal. We are bringing Coach Bryce back to work on, or to do one-on-one programming. So custom programming specifically for you and specifically for that set of goals that you have. And he's going to be very hands-on in a remote fashion. So
What's really cool is that and just to piggyback on Casey here, is that if you need something like, hey, I don't really work out at your gym, but I want something that could fit for my home gym.
sure.
He does that. If I'm at a conventional gym, I'm at a what we would call a big box gym, that has your ellipticals, treadmills, that kind of thing. And I'd like to have something that's more focused on machines, because I'm not really comfortable with the barbell. He's got that for you. You know what? Hey, you may be the scenario of, hey, I'm more on the competitive side and I'm looking to attain some goals in the realm of functional fitness. He's got that covered. The great thing is, as an athlete himself, he's had to work himself up to that position. And not only that, he's got his master's in kinesiology. I believe it's at least his master's in kinesiology. He's got a lot of degrees.
He is.
And his credentials continue to
so,
increase.
He's so smart.
Yeah. And
he's literally
and
like.
it comes from a place of like, hey, he was very small and worked himself up to a bigger athlete, and so excited to have him back on board as we've been able to talk and discuss this. So that is live right now.
Yes.
So if you have questions or want a consultation with him and do a video chat and a call, hey, that's free $99. So we'd love to extend that opportunity for you. But a great time to kind of evaluate and look for some different solutions for yourself. So that's live right now. That's something that we're doing currently. But definitely wanted to mention that because super happy to have him on this side. His expertise is just second to none on this, and we're glad to have him back doing that for us.
Super glad. Very excited.
We talked a lot about a lot of stuff.
We did.
Well, guys, that was a lot of information. I hope that maybe in the next 1 to 2 weeks, I think we should do 2 shows that I can think of. One, we need to do the protein bar. The one with the healthier.
That's going to take me a
protein
minute
bar.
to get together, but
But
yes,
I'll
we will.
I'll help you with that.
Okay.
I'll come up with a couple. I'll come up with a
Still sound
couple,
so
and I'll go to the
excited.
store. And
Guys,
then-
she
and-
actually likes to work here. Don't listen to her tone or the things that come out of her mouth.
Yeah, because
okay?
she definitely just complained
Yes.
about going to the store and getting paid for that.
Yeah.
No,
She loves her job.
So, but I'll look up a couple and just get and grab some, and then we'll do the same. We'll grab them from a couple
Cool.
stores.
So protein bar.
We'll do protein bars
bar,
and higher
taste
that are like protein bars / meal replacement bars, because the
Okay.
other ones were kind of like snack bars.
Sure.
Reading list. They're in all categories. Stetson, one of them I'm reading now is Why We Sleep.
He wants a whole show on reading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually suggested that 2 weeks ago.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Blink twice if you need help.
So we'll do 3 shows: reading lists, protein bars, and one homemade recipe that you could try out or that you like, etc. It could be your pancakes or whatever. What is she saying here?
She said that she's going to volunteer as tribute to eat all of your pie. She's really serious about watching her figure.
Here's the deal.
And
We're storing some of my pie. We're in.
This is the only person who can genuinely enjoy your food and still look good, and it really irritates me. And it's not fair.
Way to go, Buffalo.
Oh, gosh.
This is
It's a gift. It's really a gift.
whatever.
All right. So,
The devil's
but
working hard.
yeah, so we're going to do a couple shows there coming up. Hey, this will be uploaded to YouTube. Please like on our YouTube page, since we'll upload. If you're not able to watch these live, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube page for the next highlights and the next videos
Yeah.
and the next things there. Share this with your friends if this helped you in any way, shape, or form. We look forward to continuing to do these shows. We enjoy them. We love them. We love chatting with you. Again, I am one of your hosts. I'm Kadimah.
And I am Casey.
And we will see you next week.
Peace.
I'm literally
All right. I figured this out a little bit.
I love
Is
that
that the
that is
comments
on
is-
recording.
Oh man.
Yeah. And the
Please make that a clip.
yeah, for sure. Did she say she had to poop?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
But so
Herself.
look,
She's going to poop herself.
Yeah, you can refresh the comments on this side, and then we don't have. It's not on the left anymore.
Okay. But
it's
we
pretty
can't see
cool.
the screen at the same time?
No, unless I.
Not in love with that.
What did I do?
I don't know. But we're still live.
Oh,
There you go.
There you go.
We'll have to watch it like that.
That's fine. But at least we can
It
see
looks
all this in
better.
the same thing.
Yeah, that's better.
Good job, Facebook.
All right, Facebook. Way
You're
to
getting
go.
back to it.
Yes. It's about time.
All right, guys. So that is the end. I recorded all that still while we're live. And as we try to figure out technology, this is how it happens.
It changes
sometimes.
so much that you can't really keep up with
For
Facebook.
sure.
Facebook is like, they got a lot of staff members working on this all the time.
I believe it.
They are there to forever confuse you.
I believe it.
Hope you guys have a great day.
For real though.
Cheers. Not telling you what's in this cup.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep talking about your pee.
Oh, you're so live.
Yeah, we're still live.
Oh why?
Did you poop too? How did you wash your hands?
Yeah.
Hey guys, Emily didn't wash her hands. She just
my
peed
hands
and then
and
she did not wash her
I
hands.
did.
Did you wash your hands though?
Did you just go to the bathroom? Like the bathroom?
And she
No,
I think we've already had this conversation at one point in time.
did.
I've peed.
Should be.
Doesn't count as using the bathroom? Please tell me that doesn't count as
Did
using.
you ask me to poop?
No, you said you were gonna poop.
Can we talk this live? Are we for real live?
We
Yes.
are 100%
The
live.
thing I'm not understanding here is
I'm
I
not
just asked you if
talking
you
until
used the
we cut this
bathroom,
off.
and you said no. You said no, but then you said you peed, and then you said you used hand sanitizer. So you didn't wash your hands?
I think that.
I'm cutting it right there.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
we'll see you next week.
like,
We'll see you next
This is
week.
a whole show. Let's talk about bathroom
We're talking about bathroom
etiquette.
etiquette next week. That's it.